Hey guys, today I just wanted to talk to you about some of the coolest things I've found that you can do with your Android phone. I'm going to be using my Samsung Galaxy S5 for this, but these should work on any number of Android phones, if not all of them. So yeah, let's get started with number one. Now guys, did you know that with your Android phone you can actually run a really old version of Windows? I think it's Windows XP or Windows 2000 or something. I'll show you how to do this in a later video, but just for now I'm going to quickly demonstrate if I can find the right app. There we are. Turn that so you guys can see it. Start in Windows 95. Takes a second, but does finally load. Does make a horrible sound when it first starts. And because this isn't meant for touchscreen, the clicker or tap or whatever you want to call it, the mouse, when you try and tap something, it can be resistive sometimes. So you just got to bear with it. And about the only thing you can do with it is play Minesweeper. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but you can play Minesweeper, Free Cool Hearts and Solitaire. Not very interesting, but I'm not sure what else. Internet tools. I don't know if Internet Explorer works. Just gonna find out. No, I don't think it does. I think that's all you get from it. And as I said, it's kind of resistive. So just going to get the... Oh, I don't think you can get a keypad up for this. So yeah, a little dull, but at least you got a bit of Minesweeper, eh? So yeah, that is Windows 95 running on my Samsung Galaxy S5. If I can just do this, there you go. See, Minesweeper does work if it is just a little bit resistive. The next one, quite a lot you will know about. Many of you will know that you can play Game Boy games and old DS games, in fact new DS games as long as they're not 3D, on the Android device. However, there are lots more consoles, so let's go through all mine. Where's the first one? Yeah, I can play DS ROMs, I can play PS1 ROMs, which is quite cool. Takes a second to start, but I'll show you guys. So let's play a bit of Rayman. Turn this on the side, flip it. And there you go. You can see that it's not a hoax. You can play old PS1 games. Yep, so just going to exit that. I'm going to close that all. What other ones have I got? Game Boy games, just there. You can emulate, as I've already showed you, old computer software. Somewhere here I should have my PSP emulator, which is really cool. Did this on the bus and a load of guys looked, so if you want a bit of attention, start playing Little Big Planet right there on the bus, just to show you guys that it does work. Just going to wait for it. Can be a little slow sometimes. There we go, see if I can get this, go skip a bit. There we go. Hold that button down and it skips a load, I think. Yeah, that's the only button. So I just hold that down, see, give you guys a clear shot. There you go. And I'll just pick this up so I can play it. There you go. I am now playing Little Big Planet. So, yeah. And as I said, there's a whole other bunch of emulators you can get on there. So, that's that. Another thing that I love, especially about Android, is that you can customize it in any way possible. So, like here I've got a default, I've changed the default launcher, so I'm not sure what it is now, but it's not the default one, so for this you just swipe up and it's all good. You can change the keyboard, which I think I've got Go keyboard. Don't really use it because it does use a lot of battery. I stick to the regular one, but you can change it. You can change your lock screen, which I don't want to do on this because of the fingerprint scanner on the S5, but if you were to take the fingerprint scanner off, you could change the lock screen. You can change almost any aspect of it. One thing I use is Exposed, where you can download different modules, so no lock home. Whilst it's on Wi-Fi, it won't turn off. WANAM's one that I use. You can change a load of aspects, so the lock screen, you can, it's basically like tweaks from Cydia for the iPhone, but for Samsung and most Androids. So here I've changed it, so I've got 6 rows there instead of the usual 5. If I connect to Wi-Fi instead of mobile data, it will show you that over there. I'll zoom in so you guys can see. There, it does not show a little arrow saying connection going in and out. It is just a Wi-Fi signal, and I haven't done much, but you can remove the battery icon, change the signal number, and quite a lot of other stuff. Again, I don't know if I've said this already, but you will have to restart once you have installed the tweaks, so not the camera, but yeah. Another thing that I've done is on the menu, if I was to press restart, I've now got a load of options. Yeah, so that's that. Next one is a favourite of mine. Works on most Samsung devices, I think. Not sure about other Androids, but if you go to settings, accessibility, and it should be, maybe, no, give me a second guys, I've completely forgotten where it is. Motions and gestures, and then go to palm swipe to capture, make sure that's switched on, and you can, I'll just turn this sideways for you so you guys can see it easier. Instead of having to hold the power button and the home button, swipe and it's taken a screenshot. There you can see. That was my stuff that I just bought off of eBay. Very cool shirt. But yeah, as long as you've got that enabled, no matter where you are, just swipe across. Didn't work that time. Swipe across and it should take a screenshot. There you go. It's because I'm doing this at an angle. There you go. And again. And one last time. And I think it's just taking a screenshot then, but yeah, takes a screenshot just by swiping across. A lot more handy than having to hold those two buttons down for ages. A couple of times I've wanted to get battery info and I've had to download an app or take a really long route to get it, but I found this out the other day. This one, if you go to your dialer or whatever it's called on yours phone, there we go, then go to keypad, type in *#0228#, it will take you to a battery status screen which gives you your network signal strength, voltage, level, whether it's charging or not, and it gives you most of the data you need. So that is my data at the moment. So yeah, that one's a nice quick one. The next one I can close to guarantee that most of you haven't actually heard of. In fact, I hadn't heard of it until about a month after I got my phone. But if you go down to settings, then go all the way down to about device and click on your Android version a load of times, you get a secret animation. Now you can click it, didn't work that time, and that's about all it does. This is for KitKat, by the way. If you hold down on it, changes animation. There we go, Android 4.4.2. That one doesn't do anything, so just hold down and go to the next one. This one is actually one of my favourites. It's almost like a little game, because every time you touch on a tile, it changes and everything changes and it does it itself. So if you've got really gullible mates, I suggest seeing if you can trick them into thinking this is a game that they absolutely can't win, because I guarantee you they can't beat it. So yeah, that's the last one. So if you hold down and nothing happens, so all you have to do is press back and you're out of it, and it doesn't come up on your running apps. So that's pretty good. A lot of you guys should be interested in this tweak. Well, it's not really a tweak, it's an app. So if I'll just show you quickly. If you go up and go to your app drawer and find a app called Freedom and get that to start, you should be able to use this app to get free in-app purchases. So let's say, let's choose a good game. Holy Archer, one of my favourites. It takes a minute to load with these little strange messages, but when it loads, just checking that it's on. So if you go there, then it will say Freedom is running. So just wait for that. Game start. Can't tap it. And I could go shop. Let's say 100,000 coins. Yes. And just wait for that to work. It may take a minute. Here we go. Now, what you'll want to see is it will only work if you see the free card, then the numbers. So if it doesn't have free card at the beginning, you're using your own one. So I'm just going to press buy, confirm. Don't want you guys seeing my, don't want you guys seeing my password, so just going to cover the camera for a sec. There we go, that is just working. Don't know if you guys can see that. It may take a minute as it's just doing its thing. just no, password is incorrect. So there we go. Just doing its thing again. Hopefully this time I've got it correct. Don't want to forget my own password. But just a warning for you guys, if you do download this, it can, there we go, purchase 1,000 coins and I didn't have to pay for it. So anyway, the warning is it can sometimes upset your Play Store. So a couple of times I've had to go into my Play Store, it will say no connection, in which case you have to run Freedom, then disable it, and you should be able to use it again. So just going to disable Freedom, and there you go. That's how to get free in-app purchases. Okay guys, a lot of the time I've wanted to download something off of Pirate Bay, Kick-Ass Torrent, something like that, and to be honest I haven't been able to because it's blocked on my Wi-Fi. So if I just go to uTorrent, I'll delete that. As you guys can see, I am connected to Wi-Fi. Let's search Good Film RIPD. It will search automatically for torrents. Just wait for that to load. Let's go to kickass.re. No, that will work. Let's try and find a site that doesn't work. PSP ISO. This usually has a blocked site somewhere. Let's try that one. No. There we go, finally, a blocked site. Okay, so Sky has blocked this website through BSkyB. So, yeah, as you can see, now all I need to do is... Oh, when did my light go out? Anyway, you guys can see the screen. I'll turn the light back on in a sec, so swipe up. Go to TunnelBear VPN torrent. Switch that on. Nice little click there. Connecting, I trust this application. It takes a minute to work, but when it does, it should allow me to use blocked websites while still using my Wi-Fi. However, a lot of these VPN clients, they only allow you a certain amount of megabytes of internet per month, and this one only lets me have 406. Oh, it is now connected, so you can see by that. VPN is activated right there. So if I go back to my Chrome, go back, was it Kick-Ass? Yeah. There you go, and it is working. All you'd need to do is go to download torrent there, and you'd be able to download. Next one I wanted to show you guys was how to underclock and overclock your device, not to a full extent but very fast. So if I can just set CPU, there we go. At the moment my CPU is 1728 megahertz. I can go all the way down to 300, set a min and a max. That will in essence underclock the device, so it's a lot less speedy and a lot less reactive than it was. However, if I was to go all the way up to the top and just wait for that to change, there we go, 2457, it is a lot speedier, as you can probably see the visual difference as to when it was 300. So, however, if you underclock your device, it will allow for better battery usage, so you will get a lot more battery out of it. However, if you overclock your device, you will not get a lot of battery out of it. You will most probably cut your battery by up to half, as it will be a lot faster, but you will get a lot less time using it. Either way, in long term it can hurt the battery. That's why I've got actually 3 spare batteries, so that if one does get damaged, I've got plenty of spares. So yeah, you can set it on boot, but so that as soon as it turns on, it goes to that CPU usage. And all round, it's quite a good app to have. Okay guys, last one I want to show you is basically how to install your apps entirely onto your SD card. So for me, if I go to Application Manager and just swipe across to SD card, wait for it to load. Let's find one that isn't loaded on my SD card, if there is one. No. Okay, let's just go to wish.com, say move to device storage, and you will see more times than not you can move an app's data between the SD card and the internal storage. So move that. So if you look, the application, the total, and the SD card app have changed. However, I'm not sure if it shows it, but a couple of apps on here, such as Batman, I have entire, if I put that one on, I have entirely put on my SD card. This saves a lot of storage on your phone. So on there, if you see, I've got 9.9 gigabytes used, and if I just search this by sort by size, I've got far more than 9.9 gigabytes used, if you can see. So what's that? That's 3, let's say that's 6, 8, 10, 12. See, I'm already over. And it only says I've got 9.9 gigabytes used, whereas it is entirely on the SD card. It just, and the app that I use just tricks it into thinking that they are still installed on the internal memory. The app is actually folder mount, and if you see, these are all the apps that I have on the SD card. So yeah, you can in essence install far more apps than if you don't have this application installed. So yeah, so thanks for watching guys. Was my first video, so hope you liked it. Please comment in the selection bit please comment in the comment section if you liked it, or if you think it can be improved, and if you want to see any other videos. Yeah, so subscribe and like. If you subscribe, I'll subscribe to you, so subscribe for a subscribe.